profile tonight. Another day and still more questions than answers about what happened in last week's deadly crash involving Bakersfield police officers. 17 News has been following the crash, but police remain tight-lipped as their investigation continues. And that has sparked familiar concerns among their critics about a lack of transparency in policing. 17's Michaela Armstrong in studio now with an update. Michaela?
17 News has reached out to both the Bakersfield Police Department and the California Highway Patrol, who is leading this investigation, to get answers. Some questions were answered, but many remain. After days, more questions remain as to what happened during the fatal crash on Thursday morning on South Vineland and Muller Roads, leaving 1 dead and 3 injured, including 2 Bakersfield police officers. We now know the names of the officers involved: 23-year-old Ricardo Robles and 24-year-old Travion Cobbins, but we still don't know who was driving. Walter Williams, chairman of the Bakersfield Community Policing Group, a group that advocates on behalf of the community to hold the Bakersfield Police Department accountable for incidents like this, says things have to change.
The community got to start stepping up. The community had to start saying enough is enough.
But others, like community advocate Nadine Escalante, says it's South Vineland and Muller Roads in the rural area east of Bakersfield that's the biggest issue. It's the same spot she had a crash at in 2015.
I had a car accident at the exact same spot. So there's a problem with the location. We as a community, if you don't know exactly where that stop sign is, you're not going to see that there's a problem.
At the Bakersfield Police Department, the policies for responding officers say they should exercise sound judgment and care with due regard for life and property when responding to an emergency call, and that officers shall reduce speed at all street intersections to such a degree that they should have complete control of the vehicle. Speed could have played a role in the crash. However, California Highway Patrol officer Tomas Martinez says officers can exceed the speed limit under certain conditions.
Most of the times when you will have an officer that is exceeding the speed limit is when they're in pursuit of a suspect or a vehicle.
We don't know if that was the case the morning of the crash, but to the other questions we had about the crash, Martinez says,
No, at this time everything is still under investigation.
A few of those questions we didn't get answered were: who was driving the car? Why were the officers on the road? How fast were the officers going? Were the officers wearing a seatbelt? Were the car brakes applied before the collision? We will continue to update this story as we know more. Michaela Armstrong, 17 News.